The Reds please many a fan with a win in Milan, and the cherries are plucked and royally beaten. And it's what we win that will decide whether this young lad is out or in. And in FPL, not a great deal to tell. The good, the bad, and the ugly at Liverpool FC podcast for game week number 5. Brought to you by the LFC file. Roll the intro, Lucho. Welcome back, one and all, for the latest instalment of the good, the bad, and the ugly at Liverpool FC podcast, brought to you by the LFC file and myself, Ben Green. Thank you very much for stopping by. As always, much appreciated. Remember, if it's the first time here, welcome. And if you haven't as yet, please do press the like button, subscribe as well if it's what you fancy, and press the notification bell so you know when the next episode will be available. So without further ado, let's get into it with the good. And the good this week I've chosen as Liverpool winning away in AC Milan, which I think is a very good result for them. First result of this season's Champions League campaign. Nice to be back after a year or so's absence. Very good performance. It looked as if it was going to be one of those nights again. Liverpool fell behind after about 4 minutes, I think it was. Ibrahim Konate was able to nod one in and bring Liverpool onto level terms before Virgil van Dijk doubled Liverpool's Liverpool's number to take them 2-1 ahead. And in the second half, Cody Gakpo laid one on for Dominic Szoboszlai to score and put the game beyond the reach of their illustrious hosts. Very good result. It's interesting actually how far the kind of fortunes, I guess, of the two teams have sort of diverged over recent years. I was speaking with a Milan fan the other day, and I said to him, it could be a repeat of 2005. And he said, or maybe 2007. And actually, this is something we often overlook, the result in 2007, because, it was a result that many would have expected in 2005, to be fair. But a great result. I've got Lewis still in the Man Online here with his headline, AC Milan 1, Liverpool 3, Arne Slot's Reds earn impressive comeback win in their Champions League opener as both centre-backs net headers before Dominic Szoboszlai seals victory. Yes, a very good performance all round. Can't be too unhappy with that. Would have been nice for a clean sheet and not to concede so early on. But there we go. It is what it is. I'll take that, to be perfectly honest. So yes, very good start to this season's campaign. And if we look at the standings in the Champions League, we can see that Liverpool are in 7th out of 36. Seems quite odd, a table that consists of 36 teams. But anyway, it is what it is. This is a new format. I'm not really sure what to make of it yet. But anyway, Liverpool 7th, as you can see, could be worse. Let's see how the next game goes. I believe that is going to be against Bologna at home on Wednesday, the 2nd of October, I believe. So next week. Let's see how that turns out. But let's be positive. And with that, we move swiftly on to the not bad this week. And for the not bad, as you can see here, I've got Sky Sports with their headline, Liverpool 3, Bournemouth 0. Luis Diaz at the double as Reds bounce back at Enfield. And yes, of course, this is Liverpool's win in the Premier League against the Cherries from the South Coast. Good result for Liverpool after last week. Not the best result against Nottingham Forest, but let's move on from that. This result much better, obviously, from the scoreline, but it does flatter Liverpool a little bit, I would say. Bournemouth had a goal disallowed after, I think it was about 5 minutes, very early on again. Luckily, this one was ruled out for offside, and then Luis Diaz scored 2 goals in the 26 and 28 minutes. Very good efforts as well. And then we had Mr. Darwin Núñez, who curled in a spectacular effort from the edge of the box after 37 minutes to put the game well beyond their visitors. So that was a very good result. It was well earned, I think, at the end of the day, but you have to give credit to Bournemouth because they did give Liverpool a very good run for their money, and they were unlucky not to get anything out of the game, to be honest. As always with Bournemouth, I was very impressed with Semenyo. He's a very good player, this guy. Tore us to shreds last season, I think it was. Very good player. I'd like to see him at Enfield. You never know. You never know. With the Richard Hughes connection, this could well come about. But yeah, I digress. Liverpool on 12 points after the 5 games, second to Man City on 13. Pretty much business as usual there, really, for the time being. Arsenal in 4th behind Aston Villa, who are going great guns these days, in 3rd place. Yeah, interesting table. Hopefully Liverpool can stay there. What have we got? We got West Ham coming up on Wednesday. That's in the League Cup. And then let's have a look. Well, yeah, Wolves away. That's right, Wolves away on Saturday in the late kickoff. Yeah, that should be a good one. Hopefully another 3 points there. But like any team in the Premiership, they cannot be taken for granted. That brings us swiftly on to the ugly. And the ugly this week, nothing massively ugly, to be honest. I've got David Anderson's report here in the Mirror, where he's referring to Trent Alexander Arnold. You can see his headline. Trent Alexander Arnold offers update on Liverpool future as he outlines key factor. And he goes on to say Trent Alexander Arnold's Liverpool deal expires in June, and Reds fans fear that the England star may leave on a free transfer after 20 years at the club. And essentially what this comes down to is going to be trophies, whether or not the team is successful. He will have a large say in that, of course. But there are another 20-odd players in the squad who can help to convince the young man, to stay. Yeah, let's see. It's in Liverpool's hands. Let's see how we perform over the season. If we do win something, then we can call his bluff. If not, then he'll probably be appearing in a white shirt of Los Blancos next season. Hopefully it won't come to that. Let's see. And with that, we come on to the last, but definitely not least, is this week's update of the FC Aki and Saltfish Fantasy Premier League team. Not a spectacular week, to be honest. Not the worst, but definitely not the best. Finished on 50 points here. Yeah, Salah got 12 as captain. Didn't really do much. He didn't score anyway. I think he got an assist, didn't he? I think for one of the goals. Trent Alexander on 11. Should consider him being captain actually in the next game. Let's see. Yeah, Gabriel was auto subbed because Jota didn't play. So that's kind of saving the bacon somewhat. Yeah, Palmer 8 points there. Not a great return, but not the worst. Yeah, could have been worse than that. Let's be honest. On the league situation, Dusseldorf Super League, I've slipped 1 place to 3rd. Trying to keep up with this lot. Yeah, let's see. I'm on 322 points, which is 8 ahead of Tractor Boys Go Prem, and 16 behind Haven't Got a Clue. So I need to sharpen my pencil, pull my socks up, get my act together, and all those other things in order to stay in the hunt with this lot. So yes, maybe I'll play the wild card in a couple of weeks. I'll see how things go. I've made a couple of changes for this week. So yeah, let's see. I remain hopeful. In the League of Kings, 20146667 to give it the slang name. Sixth place, yeah, dropped one, joint sixth with AMR Gamila. Yes, 231 points. Yeah, a little bit away from Bow Bites. I'm quietly confident there. I think I'll be moving up. There's not a great deal in it actually. There's not a great deal in this league. Yeah, it's let's see if my changes that I've penciled in for next week will pay dividends or not, as the case may be. Let's see. And with that, we reached the end of this week's episode. Thank you very much for stopping by. Just one point, I'll just remind you that the Goodreads page is available on the NFC File website. Please do take a look and see if there's something that takes your fancy reading-wise. And if not, then you can always join me again for the next episode next week. Remember to like, subscribe, press the notification bell so you know when the next one is available. And all being well, we shall see us in the next week. Until then, enjoy the weather, as wet as it may be. Look after yourselves and one another. And until then, peace. ULFC File.